Thanks for joining us here today. On this final episode of Southwest TV News, we take a look back at some of the stories over the past 14 years that showed a sense of community pride. And we kick things off in the community of Gravelbourg.
The historic cathedral in Gravelbourg with its one-of-a-kind murals and acoustics set the backdrop for the ambulance fundraiser organized by the local EMS staff.
The ambulance service here is owned by the hospital, and ever since they took it over, we've always relied on the community to help us purchase equipment. And the last one they helped us purchase is getting to that age where we have to replace it. So this is probably the third or fourth fundraiser the committee does for us. We did a festival of trees. We've been doing steak nights and other events. And we're pretty close. We're getting there. We're hoping within a month or so that we'll be able to get our new unit. The one that we're replacing is 5 years old. It's got 250,000 kilometers on it, and we need reliable equipment to transport our patients to the city.
The EMS crew consists of 4 full-time staff and 11 volunteers, covering a radius of approximately 40 miles. The new ambulance vehicle is of utmost importance to the entire region, and they were all out in support of the project.
There's people from all over here tonight: La Flèche, Glentworth, Kincaid. We had support from all over. There was a couple of Rory Allen fans, I think they're from Regina or something, came all the way down for a show. So we've had good support from the whole surrounding areas.
The highlight of the evening was an energetic and entertaining performance by Regina's own Rory Allen, who is well known for supporting a number of worthy causes.
First of all, I heard what the venue was going to be, and the church is outstanding, the cathedral here. And so we said right away, and of course, a new ambulance, doesn't get any better of a cause than that. So, and Gravelbourg's been really good to us. It's our third time here. It's the first time with our band though, so it's been awesome.
Young and old alike packed the cathedral in support of the local EMS and to walk down memory lane in a tribute to the king of rock and roll. Rory says he enjoys the smaller communities and the response he gets from each show.
Well, I grew up in Saskatchewan, and so it's everywhere I go, it's like coming home. Everybody gets your jokes too. You know, they know what end of a combine's going to hurt you. But it's very humbling that people, from your own community and stuff would come out and support you. But people just love the show, and the music is timeless. I mean, if you sing Elvis's songs, at least people will come out curiosity-wise anyways.
The Gravelbourg EMS crew needs to raise just over $100,000 to purchase the new ambulance vehicle. Donations are still being accepted by calling Daniel at 648-3125.
Market Square is a summer tradition in downtown Swift Current, featuring live entertainment, fresh garden produce, crafts, and other unique vendors. Drop by Market Square every Saturday at the corner of Central and Chaplin. Proudly presented by the City of Swift Current, Standard Motors, Innovation Credit Union, and Burns & McDonnell. Residents of Maple Creek came together in the summer of 2010 after Mother Nature dumped a major amount of rain. The widespread rainfall across the Southwest culminated on Friday with the Trans-Canada Highway closed due to extensive flooding at the Saskatchewan-Alberta border.
Kind of funny to see right here because it's such a flat area and the water flows pretty quick through here. So.
Well, this is where it looks like it's cresting over right here by the hospital, so a bunch of us are just trying to build it up here to stop it from going over the streets. It's receiving behind us, but if we can stop it from going down the side streets.
As the floodwaters continued to rise, volunteers in the community rallied together, filling sandbags in an effort to stop the water from causing more damage. However, despite these efforts, the water continued to rise, flooding a number of neighborhoods.
So what you're looking at here is actually a street. I know it's hard to tell, but essentially the entire thing is underwater. And pretty much everywhere you go, all you can hear is pumps pumping in the background. And this is essentially ground zero where the worst of the flooding is.
I just came home and we knew the water was up on the 21 highway. I could see there was basically a lake a couple blocks over, and within 10 minutes it had already traveled probably a block. So came home and we started moving stuff up to high ground, and we just couldn't. Came so fast though. I mean, we just couldn't save everything. Very frustrating, but lots of people are in the same boat, I guess. We're not the only ones. Yeah, I was fighting back the tears for a little bit, but what can I do? I just want to get the water out now, and I just hope the heck that insurance covers it, because I just finished my basement last year. Put a lot of work into it. It's frustrating.
Following a night of keeping a watchful eye on the situation, the water receded in the town, and it was time to start the cleanup. As water was being pumped out of the ditches, some pumps could be heard working overtime in many neighborhoods.
Well, it's about 7.5 feet last night. We started pumping. We pumped for 3-4 hours and got it down for about 2 feet. Come back this morning, it was up again a little bit, not as much. So we've got 2 sump pumps going, and so we're cleaning everything out of the basement because everything's got to go.
The state of emergency is still in effect. We still have people evacuated. Some of the people are going to be evacuated yet, probably for another 2-3 days before they get power back, and that's due to electrical inspections and stuff on the transformers and whatnot. And just everything is, safe for them to return to their homes.
The situation in Maple Creek also attracted the attention of the provincial and federal government, as Premier Brad Wall, Minister Yoki Hugabear, and MP David Anderson, along with other dignitaries, toured the flooded neighborhoods of the town on Saturday.
Just wanted to come and let folks know that the province is there for them. There are initiatives that are in place, and I hats off to the Member of Parliament, David Anderson. I phoned him this morning, and he managed to get here. He was trying to stuck between Medicine Hat and here, and David was here to also visit with the folks. We looked at the Highway 1 with the Minister of Highways, and it's just important to do that, send a message to these folks here. I talked also with Premier Stelmach this morning. We're going to work together on this with the federal government as well, because it's pretty large in scope, and the Premier of Alberta is obviously very interested in working with us on this.
I've talked to people today that have lost so much stuff, memorabilia that can never be replaced, antiques that'll never be replaced. And so how can they get some assistance? And that's what our symposium will deal with. Our officials will come out here, and I would like to see it sooner than later, where they can come out and have a public forum and identify what the disaster assistance plan can do for them.
Mayor Barry Rudd further adds that in order for the town to apply for any disaster funding, they need to know how many homes or businesses were damaged by the flood, and therefore crucial for everyone to register at the Legion Hall or town office. Until then, the dollar value of the actual damage is unknown.
We really don't know. I mean, you can probably assume it's going to be in the millions. I don't know if it's tens of millions or if it's just, we really don't know yet. That's why we have the people out knocking on doors trying to get a read on the assessments. How much damage is there? Has a basement wall caved in or anything like that? We really don't know, because, the adjusters are actually, I believe they're in town, or they're going to be in town, and we'll get a better read on it at that point.
Residents who haven't already been visited by volunteers at their home or business can pick up survey forms to report flood damage from the town office. Volunteers will continue to be needed in the coming days as the cleanup continues. Anyone wishing to lend a hand can contact the town of Maple Creek. Market Square is a summer tradition in downtown Swift Current, featuring live entertainment, fresh garden produce, crafts, and other unique vendors. Drop by Market Square every Saturday at the corner of Central and Chaplin. Proudly presented by the City of Swift Current, Standard Motors, Innovation Credit Union, and Burns & McDonnell. Following several years of fundraising, the Wickenheiser Centre in Shaunavon was finally opened in 2011. And our Southwest TV News cameras were there to capture all of the action. Crowds of all ages gathered in Shaunavon for a full weekend of celebration marking the grand opening of the Crescent Point Wickenheiser Centre. From celebrity street hockey and golf tournaments to the gala banquet and live auction, supporters of the community and the new $14 million facility were out to toast the celebration. With the fundraising continuing well into the wee hours of the evening, as the live auction raised close to $130,000 from an array of hockey memorabilia. Community spirit, which comes as no surprise to Mayor Sharon Dickey.
Yeah, it's all come together. Wonderful state-of-the-art facility. You know, we're so proud. $14 million that has been put into this place, and we're very proud to say that only $3 million has been financed, and that's all that we owe on it. So we'll be doing lots of fundraising.
And as for the namesake of the Crescent Point Wickenheiser Centre, Haley Wickenheiser was proud to be back home for the opening celebration of the centre and the museum on the second floor, which includes many of her professional memories over the years.
No, I really didn't. I mean, I never thought I would have a real career in hockey either, and now I can say I've made my living through the game. So I guess, you know, it's testament to how far women's hockey has come in this country, and for young female hockey players to look and see that one of them has had a rink named after them. I think that it's really inspiring and certainly a big honor for me.
From this early architectural model back in 2007 to the present day, the new Crescent Point Wickenheiser Centre is truly a dream come true for the town of Shaunavon and its residents. With its former Jubilee Arena aging beyond repair and insurance coverage, the decision was made to build a new rink complex. A decision which Mayor Dickey says raised a few eyebrows.
This centre has been very, people have really supported it, but there's been a lot of controversy. When the council of the day 6 years ago made the decision to go ahead and build, it was controversial. The economy wasn't as strong as it could have been, but something told us to make that decision, and there's no question, and we went through lean times, but we're also celebrating the good times, and we have an oil industry that is beyond our expectation. Our local credit union's been wonderful, and our businesses, the people of this community, and all around. We've had donations from all around the world, and people that just know that as a small community it takes a lot, and there are, I dare say there would be very few communities that could have a facility like this in a town the size of Shaunavon.
The road to getting the project off the ground and to its full-scale opening in 2011 was a long road, following years of fundraising and personal trips by Dickey to Calgary herself, who visited many oil companies requesting donations for the project. Hours of dedication which former town councillor Sheila Gronhove says was well worth the effort.
I can't imagine having no rink in a town the size of Shaunavon. Kids to play hockey, people who curl, all of the winter activities would be taken out of town. And if the parents are out of town every night and every day after school with a child going somewhere, the business goes with them because they don't have time to come back and shop here. They'd have to do their shopping where they are.
A project which came to fruition through a number of key partnerships and a long list of donors, as seen on this key wall at the center, including the Shaunavon Credit Union, who came on board with the project right from the start.
We corporately, we've given $250,000. We also had $250,000 through an interest-free loan program. We didn't quite achieve the 250, it was 240-some thousand. So our membership and organization close to $500,000. And for this launch this weekend, we also were a major sponsor for the banquet tonight, and we've contributed $20,000 for that as well. So
in the coming months, fundraising will continue for the center to pay down the town's $3 million loan. Additional items will be added to the Wickenheiser Museum to include athletes from across the Southwest. And the community will work towards attracting other events to the Crescent Point Wickenheiser Centre. The Crescent Point Wickenheiser Centre includes an Olympic-sized hockey arena, 6-sheet curling rink, and the Wickenheiser Museum. Fundraising for the new Crescent Point Wickenheiser Centre in Shaunavon began back in 2002. The town of Leader gained international recognition thanks to its crumbling highway and an infamous calendar. Back in 2007, Leader and area residents raised the profile of the crumbling Highway 32 in southwest Saskatchewan through the creation of a pothole calendar. The 12-month pictorial featuring local business people posing alongside the highway raised a few eyebrows and was even addressed in the Saskatchewan legislature. Highway 32 has since been fixed. However, the demand for a sequel calendar has spurred a 2014 edition.
Very much surprised, very much. Like, this has been done before. Why this one was selected as being so unique, I wasn't really sure. All I can think of is everybody in the world has a road they love to hate. And I think that's maybe why it caught on. But it certainly didn't hurt when it got brought up in the legislature, but it certainly caught on. Like, we had phone calls from the Ukraine, from the press. They're like, how do we go about doing that? Our roads are really bad here too.
Money raised from the calendar and other items such as bumper stickers and postcards helped the Leader Lions Club with a variety of local projects.
And we sold 3,000 calendars all around the world. We raised $60,000. We used the funds to put part of the roof on the new community hall. And every year the Lions Club sits down and decide where they're going to spend their money in the community, whether it's the ball diamonds, the hall, or audio equipment for wherever. And they base that, they make their decisions on it. So, yeah, it goes into the community. It's well spent.
Anyone interested in buying the 2014 version of the pothole calendar can contact Stug Pharmacy in Leader or go online. And now in this special feature, we take a look back over the past 14 years and some of the stories we brought you here at Southwest TV News. Since March of 2005, Southwest TV News has been your source for local news across the region. And over the years, we featured a range of news-breaking stories. Over the past several years, the highway has gotten so bad that many area residents are forced to find alternate routes for health care. The funnel clouds continue to swirl and build around Gravelburg and heading 37 kilometers north near the community of Shamrock.
Well, he said it was that he was having supper and they were, all of a sudden the windows opened up there and he watched his truck move and then the building went and his truck went and he come out and this is what happened.
Southwest TV News first brought you the story of Jody Edwards and a situation at Family Billiards last Friday. Mr. Edwards had been shut down for 1 month following several health and liquor regulations cited by local authorities. Now there's been a twist in the entire situation.
Well, what happened was, as a result of on the ongoing story that you guys were reporting on, we opened an investigation, and in that investigation we discovered that Mr. Edwards wasn't who he was saying he was.
Healthcare workers from across southwest Saskatchewan took their issues of frustration to the streets of Swift Current on Thursday.
Ready to go! Ready to go!
Following almost 3 years since the untimely death of Henry Jennifer Herbert, a 9-year and 4-month jail sentence has been handed down to the accused involved in his death. 26-year-old Jerry Chu appeared before Justice Timothy Keene in Queen's Bench Court, Swift Current on Thursday.
Mercer, and you're watching Southwest TV News.
We've gone to great heights and even through various weather conditions to bring you the news. We've sent our Southwest TV News correspondents to a range of special events across the country.
Hello, Swift Current, Saskatchewan. What's going on? We're here at the Olympics. This is your spokesperson for Swift Current. Wish you were here.
Things have taken a turn for the worst. It's raining. We can't get on public transport. We don't know what bus. And the rest of the world is mocking us as we're going to figure skating while they're going to watch Canada, Germany play in the hockey game.
Couldn't get any better than that, eh? Just amazing. Rider Nation, baby! Woo!
Hi, this is Team Scotland and you're watching Southwest TV News.
We've met some unique people along the way with interesting stories to tell.
When he said 7-Eleven, I thought he was kidding, and he said no, he wasn't. And so I said, all right, I'll meet you there. And then if they were kidding, we could have went somewhere else.
27-year-old Jamie McDonald from Gloucester, England, is known as an adventurer and fundraiser extraordinaire.
And now he's on a mission, running across Canada to raise $100,000 for children's hospitals.
I spent the first 9 years of my life most of the time in hospital. So I've got a very rare condition called syringomyelia.
Soft spots on the spleen usually means warm weather, and firmer spots is cold.
Hi, I'm Dennis Hull, former Chicago Blackhawk, member of Team Canada 72, and you're watching Southwest TV News.
We've produced ongoing features to create conversation on Coffee Row.
Yes, very optimistic, I would say.
No, I'm not optimistic at all with the government that we have right now.
Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, it's bad, but it's not as bad as people put it.
And in between, winning a number of awards along the way. Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you.
Well, this wraps up the final episode of Southwest TV News, where we've covered the stories that have mattered to you. On behalf of everyone here at Southwest TV News, I'd like to thank all of our loyal viewers over the past 14 years and our many sponsors. And until we meet again, I'm Carol Andrews.